Okay, welcome to Horses and Archery. And again, if y'all like these videos, just press your like button and subscribe to them, share them with your friends. Uh, this is part 14 of the restart. And again, the quarter horse has already made it through it. It made it through it just in a few sessions. And now he's doing archery training right now. Getting started in archery. These two guys has went on, and you can see it took a lot longer to get them through the restart, and now they're pretty much complete with the restart. I didn't get walk, trot, canter because what it is I think we have just gotten to the end of their training. As far as they've been trained. So from here on out, it's going to be training. It's not a restart because they don't know anything further than what they have right now or very little. So there you go. Here's what it is. So right here, you can see I'm just going to continue on with this horse. And I'm asking him to give his head and to turn left and right. And this guy's been really good. Okay. The only problem that I've seen with him was so far is major problem was that he's just real bracy. Okay. He doesn't like to give his head to the left very well. Now he'll give it to the right, but he doesn't like to give it to the left very well. And I'm just going to continue to do that, continue to soften him up. Okay. Before you ask him for a trot or a canter, he needs to be able to be a lot softer in his head than what he is. Okay. Now you can get on this horse and just spank him and make him go and let him run aimlessly around the pen and canter. You can do that, but to me, that doesn't accomplish nothing. Except that you can ride a horse that you can't control. That's just athletic ability on your part. It's not proving anything. It's not doing anything. So you have to be able to control this horse. So before I ask him to trot or to canter, he needs to be able to give me his head, left and right, and he needs to be able to do it softly, and that's what I'm looking for right here. And again, this horse is going to wind up being a really good horse. There's the lady ought to be pleased with him. He's a little aggressive type horse, and what I mean by that, he's real self-confident. So they're talking about using him as a jousting horse, and so he doesn't get worried about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff just doesn't scare him. He doesn't get unnerved by things. He's self-confident enough and has that little bit of aggression. So I imagine he'll make a really good jousting horse. And so what I'm going to do is I just go ahead and bring him through all of this stuff, all his groundwork, and y'all have seen that before. If you want to look at it more in detail, I'm kind of skipping through it, kind of fast forwarding it, so you don't have to just watch everything, you know. If you want to go back and look at it more in detail, go to the previous videos. And I just asked him to give his head left and right, asked him to give his flanks, asked him to give his front end, and saddled him, and did all of that, and pulled on the stirrups, let him grow roots, and where he's bracing against the stirrup, where when I get on, he doesn't want to run off. He'll just brace against that pressure. And again, this is the second time I've gotten on this horse. If you notice, I don't have a bridle on him. He's not okay with the bit yet. What I need to do from starting from here on out, he just needs to wear the bridle and bit a little bit and start getting him used to that. But right now, I'm trying to get him used to giving his head left and right. And again, I leave this lead rope long like this in case something goes south. I have something to hang on to if I got to get off, or so he just doesn't run amok. I got to be able to control him. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. That's the reason why I hadn't tied it into a set of reins. Now you're going to see here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and tie it into a set of reins, but I'm going to get some direction out of him. I'm going to soften him up a little bit. And he's still real bracy going to the left. You're going to see going to the right, he's fine. It's just to the left. And what this telling me is somebody got in a tug of war with this horse and lost. Okay, they taught him a trick. Somebody taught him to do this. This is man-made. This isn't something. There's nothing physically wrong with this horse that he can't give his head to the left. Okay, there's nothing mentally wrong with this horse that he can't give his head to the left. What he's doing right now is what he's done on the past. What a horse does in the present is based on what's happened in the past, what he's got away with and what he's done in the past. This is taught. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and make a set of reins out of it and get back on. And he's doing real well, doing good. So I made a set of reins, and I'm going to just start riding him like that, asking him to give his head, asking for some direction. And like I said, his head, he has to get a lot softer than this before I ask him to trot. And that's okay. You don't have to get fast with these horses. The warm blood you're going to see, I think that might be what's happening with her, is that she's been asked to go a little bit too fast. Maybe not. Don't know. I think that's just what I think. A horse like this Belgium and like the quarter horses will go a lot quicker in their training because they're a lot more forgiving. They're not as sensitive. Okay, so a horse like this, in 20 hours, which is 30 days, okay? That's about 20 sessions if you go 5 days a week, all right? You can have him pretty well along. He can be riding pretty well in that amount of time. Where he will be in 20 sessions, it would probably take this warm blood 100 to 200 sessions to get to the same spot that this horse would be in 20 sessions. And it's just because their sensitivity levels. Okay, you just got to go slower. And so right here, you're going to see I'm ending the session. I just kept on doing that and suppling him, and I'll continue just to supple him until he can give me his head. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and unsaddle him and go get the warm blood out. And you can see he stands great. He's a good horse. I like him. He's got a good attitude. He's got just enough guts that'll make him brave, more braver horse, and but he doesn't have so much that he'd be really aggressive towards people. He's going to make a really nice horse. So I'm just going to walk straight on over to where the pen where the warm blood is, and just let her out into the arena and put him in. And these panels, the gate I got the panel I'm using for the gate, and these suckers are heavy. They're made for bulls. They're actually designed to hold in cattle, and some of these panels are 150 pounds a piece. But anyway, I'll go ahead and put him in there. Take the halter off. You see, she's not on pins and needles. She's pretty relaxed. She's not a bad horse. She's just sensitive, and it's just going to take her longer, lot longer to train than it would a horse like this Belgium. Again, if you're trying to go as fast with a horse like this versus a horse like the Belgium or a horse like that quarter horse, if you're trying to get through the training at the same time, you're going way too fast. You're going to wind up messing this horse up. You'll run them. You'll scar them for life. You'll get them to where they'll develop some bad habits. Okay, so you got to really slow down with these guys. And they can make just as good of horses, and they can be real quiet and calm, and little kids can ride them around, but it just takes a while. Takes them a lot longer. And again, you see, I just took her out, and I'm getting her used to the saddle again. Now, you're going to see this time she doesn't pay as much attention to the saddle. Okay? I checked her out, make sure she doesn't have any burrs or anything on her. Make sure she's real clean when I put the saddle on. But she's still a little apprehensive with it, but it's not like it was. Okay? See how, like the last episode with her, she just camped out on it whenever she was sniffing it and looking at it. She just really looked at it for a long time. If you notice this time, she's not doing that. She'll look down at it. She'll kind of sniff it and mouth it, but she just doesn't stay checking it out, which is good. It means she's becoming okay with it. I'm still going to just ask her to go in and out of it, to pass by it close. Again, I'm doing her like this so she's not really totally dependent on me to protect her from the saddle. It's kind of putting her out there, okay? I just let her by it and stood there with her right close to it. She'll take it a little better, but I wanted to kind of put her out there by herself, kind of close to it, and let her know she can do that too. Give her a little bit more self-confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and show her the blanket. If you notice, I didn't just make it real small like I did the first time. I left it open, and I just picked it up and kind of showed it to her and went on in, okay? Just kind of drifted with her whenever she tried to back up. And she took that okay. You just got to slowly, progressively get a little bigger with things, okay? Where these horses, this type of horse, like I said, you just got to take it slower with. Now, if you remember last time, I didn't bring it up over her head. I just didn't do that, so now I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just bringing it up, and what I'm doing, I'm touching the back of her ears and making sure she's okay with it, and then I bring it up over her head. And if you notice right there, I kind of lifted it just a little bit where it's not just slamming her on top of her ears, okay, that time. And so this time I'm going to go ahead and when I bring it over, I'm going to just let it rub on the top of her ears. You're going to see a little bit more reaction through it, okay? But that's okay. She needs to be okay with that. She needs to get all right. You see that heightened her, how much higher her emotions got with that. But just going to reassure her with it again and show it to her, put it on her back, swap sides, and make sure she's okay with it, and then bring it back over her head again. You see, she's a lot better with it that time. And so I'm just going to go on. Do it again. Not going to bring it over her head anymore. I'm just going to continue just to sack her out with this, with the saddle blanket. Just, let her relax. And again, this is the same way I would do a colt. Okay, I'm doing all of this in a way that, like she's never been saddled. Now, last time I didn't saddle her and unsaddle her very much. Kind of took it for granted that she's already been saddled and she'd be okay with it. Well, she wasn't. So I'm not going to do that again. Okay, I'm going to unsaddle her and saddle her quite a bit because I know that she's a little anxious with it. Okay, now she's standing here okay, but you're going to notice once you cinch her up and ask her to untrack, to move, she's not okay with it anymore. When she has to move on her own. Now, as long as she thought she was still hooked to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. But as soon as she was on her own with it, she figured out, hey, I'm by myself. She starts to buck. At least that's what she does here. But anyway, I'm going to saddle her and unsaddle her multiple times on both sides. Just to reassure her and just to show her that the saddle's okay. Now next time when I do it, I'm gonna actually cinch it up, go through the whole thing, then uncinch it, take it off, and cinch it up, uncinch it, take it off. Okay. And the reason why I'm not doing it this time is because I was a little bit worried that she would, when I cinch it, that she would blow up. I don't want her to think she needs to buck and run off. So I'm just putting just a saddle on. It's just a sequence that I use. You don't have to do it that way. So I went ahead and kind of skipped through me adjusting the saddle. I had to adjust it quite a bit to get it to fit her. And again, you see, she just can't take it. And she's not playing. She's not running around playing and saying, "Oh yay, I got the saddle on," and jumping around. That ain't it. It's worrying her. Okay, she is not okay with this. That's not a playful, I want to jump around buck. That is holy crap, it got me again buck. Okay, that's what that is. And so what I'm trying to do is make her let me in that left eye. Before I couldn't get in the right eye. Now I can't get in the left eye. Okay. And again, I think it was from when she doesn't have the saddle on, she has no problem with me getting in the left eye. When she has the saddle on, all of a sudden she doesn't want me in that left eye. That's a problem. Okay, she needs to get over that. There it is. She come up to me, let me over there. I'm going to ask her to move again, and she immediately, instead of moving to the left, she walked out and moved to the right. I'm going to ask her again, go to the left. Nope, she circles back around to the right. I ask her again, go to the left. That time she went. She come on back to the left. Good. I'm going to call her on back into me. And send her off again, see if she can do it again. Nope. She just not doing it. Oh, come on. Try it. Maybe. This is really hard. Nope, not doing it. Try it again. There, the stirrup just clipped the side of the pin, and she broke in two. Okay, that tells you any little thing that happens. If I were to be on this horse thinking, okay, the bucking's over, I'm just going to ride around. Any little thing that would startle her, she would instantly go back to bucking. Okay, not acceptable. You don't need to be on a horse that's going to do that, unless you just want to be a bronc rider. You know, if that's your thing, get after it. You know, jump on, grab the night latch, and yee-haw. I'm not doing that. I'm going to teach her how to handle her emotions. So I'm going to go ahead and put the halter back on and ask her to settle down. Just show her what I'm asking her to do. Okay? She already knew what I was wanting her to do because I've done it with her. Right now I'm just reassuring her, helping her out a little bit. And again, I'm just going to move her around to the left, to the right. Ask her to back up. Just go through, all of her groundwork again. Just getting her used to this saddle. Now, what needs to take place after this is she just needs to be saddled up and left alone. She just needs to deal with the saddle. And that's what I'm going to start doing with her. Just saddling her up, letting her get used to the saddle. Now I'm going to reassure her here with the rope and go ahead and unsaddle her and end the session. And guys, if you are enjoying these videos, I hope you're getting something out of them. I hope it's you're learning new techniques. I love to learn new techniques. I watch everybody and see what they have to do. You don't never get too old to learn stuff, I'm a firm believer in that. And so I'm just going to unsaddle this horse and keep everything relaxed. I like her to end the session just like we ended it. She's not dripping wet with sweat. She ain't heaving. She's thinking. She got through it and nothing killed her. And so she knows that. She's understanding that. And so we're just going to take the saddle off and end it. Again, if you are liking these videos, just hit your like button, share them with a friend, and hit your subscribe button. We're going to continue to do these videos. I'm going to go on with archery horse training, and there you go.